It's your birthday, so you know you want to ride out.
Jeremy Philip Felton, aka Jeremiah, born July 17, 1987. Jeremiah is one of those artists whose name doesn't get mentioned nearly as loud as the impact he actually left. A quiet voice, a smooth tone, a pen that slipped into rooms people didn't even know he was writing in, and hits that shaped the sound of the 2010s without him ever needing to shout for credit. He had the look, the voice, the early momentum, and the numbers to match the stars of his era, yet somehow his spotlight always felt dimmer than it should have been. Part of that was timing, part of that was labels, part of that was the industry's obsession with personalities louder than the music, and part of it was Jeremiah himself, a rare talent who never chased fame the way fame chased him. And maybe that was the key to it all. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music. Let's get him. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Jeremiah is a singer, songwriter, and producer from Chicago, Illinois, a city better known for rappers than R&B voices. He grew up playing instruments, studying music theory, and writing songs long before the industry ever knew his name. While most R&B artists rely on studio teams to shape their sound, Jeremiah came fully formed, producing his own demos and building melodies from scratch. That skill caught the attention of Def Jam in 2009, leading to a deal and a debut single, Birthday Sex, that exploded across radio and turned him into an overnight star. His first 3 albums, Jeremiah, All About You, and Late Nights, all went platinum, fueled by hits like Down on Me, Don't Tell 'Em, and a catalog of collaborations that quietly molded the era. What separated him from his peers wasn't just the voice, but the pen. Jeremiah wrote for Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Khaled, 50 Cent, Big Sean, Ty Dolla $ign, and more, becoming one of the most influential hook makers of his era. But behind the scenes was tension, label issues, low promotion, and a personality that never fit the spotlight the industry expected. Those cracks in the foundation eventually slowed everything down, turning a platinum star into one of R&B's most underrated stories. Stunt number 1, industry push without industry support. Jeremiah's rise looked effortless from the outside, but behind the scenes he was fighting one of the quietest battles in modern R&B, succeeding in an industry that never fully invested in him. From the beginning, Def Jam didn't know what to do with a low-profiled artist who made platinum music but didn't care about fame, interviews, or visibility. And in a label system built on branding, public appearances, and personality-driven marketing, Jeremiah became a strange contradiction, a superstar on paper, but not a superstar the machine knew how to promote. His singles were undeniable. Birthday Sex, Down on Me, Don't Tell 'Em, Impatient, all hit on their own energy, but his album rollouts almost non-existent. Even Late Nights, a platinum project with multiple hits, arrived with a little push, almost like the label hoped the music would promote itself. It did, but that wasn't the point. Labels want artists who participate in the marketing cycle, the billboards, the interviews, the live streams, the clout-grabbing moments. Jeremiah was the opposite. He didn't care about the spotlight, he didn't show up everywhere, he wasn't loud, controversial, or meme-friendly, and instead of adapting to his style, the industry treated him like a talented inconvenience. That tension grew over time. Missed appearances, disagreements over budgets, and limited promotion became part of his story. The label wanted a face they could sell. Jeremiah gave them music, not a persona. And while most artists can survive that, his songwriting and hook work kept him valuable, just not as a frontline priority. He became the guy labels loved behind the scenes but didn't commit resources to in the public. So while fans wondered why a platinum artist wasn't treated like one, the reality was simple. Jeremiah was delivering the hits but not the version of stardom the industry demands. And in a business where attention is currency, even the most talented artists get pushed to the background if they don't play the game. Stunt number 2, the collab king who got overshadowed. Jeremiah's biggest blessing, versatility, quietly became one of his setbacks. He was so good at hooks, so good at melodies, so good at sliding onto a record and transforming it that the industry slowly stopped viewing him as a lead artist and more as a cheat code for other people's hits. When labels realized you can boost streams, make a rap song feel complete, and deliver consistent results with no drama or heavy marketing, they lean into that every time. and Jeremih thrived there. His tone was instantly recognizable. His ability to float between R&B, rap, pop, EDM, and alternative made him the bridge between worlds. That's why everyone wanted to lock in with him. Many artists used his sound to elevate projects, but while his voice was everywhere, his name wasn't. That's how the shift happened. When a label sees you making everyone else's records climb the charts, they start investing in that version of you. The feature guy, the hook specialist, the quote, "call Jeremih, he'll fix it" artist. It's profitable, it's low risk, it costs less than building an album rollout for you, and it quietly pushes you into a lane that's hard to escape once the industry labels you. At the same time, the 2010s changed R&B. The stars weren't just great singers, they were characters with aura. Chris Brown had spectacle, The Weeknd had mystique, Bryson had a mood, Miguel had artistry, Frank had depth, and Party Next Door had a cult. Jeremih, he had hits, but not a defined persona people could attach themselves to. When fans don't know who you are, they can't follow you. They can only follow the songs. By the mid-2010s, Jeremih was everywhere musically, yet nowhere visually. A voice people loved, but a face people couldn't identify. And in today's industry, that makes it easy for your contributions to be overshadowed by the artist standing in front of you. Jeremih didn't fall off, he got lost behind the success he created for everyone else. Stunt number 3, the momentum he never got back. Jeremih's career was already in a strange place by the late 2010s, but the COVID era pushed him into a setback he never fully recovered from. In November 2020, he contracted a severe case of COVID-19 that left him hospitalized in the ICU, placed on a ventilator, and reportedly fighting for his life. It wasn't just a headline, it was a moment where fans, peers, and the entire R&B community genuinely didn't know if he would survive. And when he finally walked out the hospital, everything about the industry around him had changed, including him. Momentum is everything in music. One break can be overcome, a long pause can be overcome, but disappearing from the public eye for nearly a year in a streaming-driven era, especially when you've never had a strong public-facing identity to begin with, is almost impossible to come back from. Jeremih didn't just lose time, he lost rhythm, visibility, brand, and the consistent relevance that keeps R&B artists afloat between albums. And while fans waited for that moment, the big single, the comeback announcement, the new era, it never happened. Partially because recovering from that level of illness can drain energy, confidence, even voice control. Partially because labels don't put full budgets behind artists that aren't sure can tour, shoot content, or maintain consistency. And partially because the game evolved again during his absence. Younger artists had taken over the space Jeremih once dominated. By the time he healed, the lane he left wasn't the lane he came back to. He still had the talent, still had the pen, still had the voice, but the window for building the next Jeremih album era, the one meant to follow late nights, had closed. And when an artist loses that window, the industry can treat you like a legacy tool, valuable in moments, respected for what you've done, but not prioritized for what you could be. Jeremih didn't get worse, he just got overtaken by time, trend, and circumstances no artist could prepare for. All in all, Jeremih's story isn't about a lack of talent. He had more of it than most. The voice, the pen, the visibility, the hits, the features, the range. Few R&B artists of his era checked as many boxes, but talent alone doesn't guarantee longevity, and Jeremih's career is proof of how timing, branding, and consistency shape an artist's future as much as skill ever will. A private personality in a public era hurt him. Label tension slowed his momentum, and surviving a life-threatening illness pushed him off the path he was still building. None of it erased what he gave R&B, it just made sustaining it harder. And even now, a decade since his last album, there's still a lane waiting for him if he ever chooses to take it. R&B hasn't forgotten Jeremih, it's just been waiting to see if he'll return as the artist who once made the whole genre feel fresh again. Whether he wants that is the only question left. Salute, much respect, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.